criminal justice system is an important part of society's machinery. It should work to prevent crimes, to protect society from criminal behaviour, and to rehabilitate people back into society so they can make a better contribution. When it isn't working, we need to find practical ways to make it function for the good of all. The current system has become a complex and convoluted maze. There are too many pathways into it and too few pathways to other types of services besides prison. Once people enter the maze, there are few straight paths out again, paths that allow them to productively resettle. In fact, prisoners are often in worse shape when they leave, which does little to improve public safety or stop the cycle of criminalisation. The justice maze is not working for us, and it is especially harmful for women who are trapped in it. The justice maze has too many entry points for women. They enter the system with more severe experiences of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse than men. They have greater mental health problems than women in the general population. Anxiety and depression are often caused by the abuse they have experienced both in the family and in the care system, and they are more likely to be poor and to lack the skills and qualifications needed to get most jobs. These problems and inequalities should not send women to prison. We need to fix the maze. Community-based programs offering health, education, family and employment support are far more effective for women than imprisonment. The number of women and girls in prison has doubled in the last 20 years. Sentences have become tougher. Women are sometimes sent to prison before a trial. What are the consequences of this surge in women's imprisonment? The majority of imprisoned women are mothers. More than 17,000 children are separated from their mothers by imprisonment each year. Experts who study the parent-child relationship describe it as like a game of tennis. The serve and return interaction affects brain development. Everything from a child's ability to learn to how well they can cope with stress later in life. It also affects the health and well-being of the mother. This mutually reinforcing serve and return breaks down in environments where mothers cannot interact with their children, like prisons. It results in problems like depression inside the prison and problems of reconnection as she resettles. We need to make sure that women aren't needlessly sent to prison, and that imprisoned women have regular contact with their children. And there are other ways in which the criminal justice system adds to women's problems. Women with histories of abuse need support and stability in order to function well in the community. Post-traumatic responses are likely for survivors of physical and sexual abuse. For these women, the prison experience makes it even harder for them to achieve the stability they will need for resettlement. We need an approach that takes this trauma into account. Today's criminal justice system is not well designed for women, and it is not serving our society well. Like a bicycle stuck in a single gear, we're expecting prison to address issues of trauma, drug abuse, mental health and poverty. The system does not allow us to adjust gears to adapt to different circumstances. We need to switch gears. A remodeled system would work on the trauma that got women in trouble in the first place. It would not trap women who are poor or uneducated. It would treat them with the compassion and respect they need if they are to return to society in better shape to take up their roles as citizens, mothers, workers, and neighbours. We already have the tools to make practical changes to our criminal justice system, to strengthen our communities and improve our society. Now is the time to act.